If you are drowning in unlisted inventory and you are stuck making the same $4,000 a month every single month on eBay, this is your way out. The reason that you're stuck making the same amount of money every single month is because you do not have systems, you're in the weeds, and you need help. I want to show you how to work smarter, not harder, and build systems to scale your business. If you are new here, my name is Riley. I love helping other eBay sellers, new or experienced, build and scale their business. I've been selling on eBay for going on 5 years now. It's been my full-time thing the whole entire time, and I just am really passionate about this business. I really think anybody can do it, so let's get into it. So there must be a reason why you're stuck. One, it could be because you're buying what you think is going to sell, not what actually sells. Another reason is you're not checking the sell-through rate enough of what is selling, which is so important. The sell-through rate is always changing. The supply and demand is constantly rotating every 90 days of what's available and what's listed. So always check the sell-through rate no matter what, especially if you don't have a high sell-through rate in your store. That is something that you really need to focus on. Maybe you're stuck because you have a death pile, which is unlisted inventory, which is unpaid money. We need to work on that. Lastly, you're probably grinding every single day in your business on tasks that could easily be outsourced. Listing items every single day on eBay is noble, but it is not scalable. So if you want to stay small, play small, but if you want to get big, play big. Let's talk about how to escape the burnout, things that I do to stay sane in my business. One thing is a fast fulfillment shipping is going to change the game for you. Having a really organized system of your inventory, using SKUs in the eBay listing, and then also having SKUs on your item bag. So get a clear poly bag like this, put a number on it, 1 through 1,000, and then put them in a numerical order. That is going to change the game, because when you go to fulfill your orders, you can sort them by SKU and you can pull them numerically or alphabetically, and it will change the game. It will be so fast and efficient for you. That is one system that you can do to improve your business. Let's talk about the death pile. If you have an item that is unlisted, you are not getting paid for that item, so you need to build a system to take care and conquer that. One thing that I would recommend you do is do what you don't want to do first. If you have a death pile, you do not like taking pictures of inventory. So make sure that you do that before you do anything else in your business. Before you ship items, before you go sourcing, before you organize anything, take pictures of inventory as the very first thing. If you want to go to the Goodwill bins at 9 a.m., then wake up an hour extra early to make sure that you take pictures of 10, 15 items before you allow yourself to go sourcing. Be disciplined, and that will lead to consistency. Another way to escape the burnout, like I mentioned already, is outsourcing. You need to have a way to have an automated system with listing your inventory. This is exactly how I hired a virtual assistant. First thing I did was I went to onlinejobs.ph, put up a listing, and hired a virtual assistant for obviously listing items on eBay. What I did to train them was I made Loom videos of me listing items on eBay, and then I also made a Google Doc of standard operating procedures to train them, and then I used software to track their hours and to pay them. Some mistakes that probably are holding you back is you're buying what looks good, not what sells. You blame the algorithm and you're working against it instead of working with it. You already know that the algorithm will feed you based off consistency, so list consistently and list the same amount of items consistently, if that makes sense. So instead of listing 1 item one day, 10 items the next, 3 the next, list 5 items every single day. Be consistent in your consistency. Another mistake you might be making is your cost of goods is too high to scale fast. If you're buying something for $20 to flip into $100, then you are out of $20 for 89 out of the 90 days that it took you to sell that item. So make sure that you're getting your cost of goods as low as possible, especially if you're wanting to scale. Scale and use the leverage of a really low cost of goods, like places like the Goodwill bins or garage sales. Another thing that could be holding you back is your unrealistic goals. Stop telling yourself that you're going to list 50 items a day because you saw someone else list 50 items a day, and do something that you can actually achieve. If you are struggling to list 10 items a day, then make that your first goal. I want to list 10 items every single day for 2 weeks straight, and then add on from there. So set realistic goals that you can actually achieve. If you do not leverage help, you're going to be burnt out. So make sure that you hire a virtual assistant, leverage help, and buy back your time. If you are serious about building a real business, not a side hustle, it's going to start with systems. You already have the work ethic, so just focus on building the routine. Get in the habit of doing these things. Hire help, and get out of the weeds. It's okay to say that I need help, there's something wrong in my business, I'm not growing. That is totally okay. If you're watching this video, most likely some of these things have resonated with you, and there's a way out of it. If you liked this video and you want any further help, I have an entire guide, A through Z, of how I've built and grown my own business, and you can find that in my Stand store. It's in the link in my bio on all of my platforms. And then also, just comment anything that you need help with, and I will try to make a video specifically based on that. If not, I'll just get back to you and give you advice to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time.